Good evening and welcome to Sunday Politics on Trust TV, your go-to platform for incisive discussions and analysis on politics, policy and governance. I'm Hamza Idris. Tonight, we delve into the growing outrage over the denial of visa to the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, by the Canadian authorities, which generated heated reactions within and outside the government cycle, with the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu asking Canada to go to hell for refusing to grant entry permit to some of the officials. While the Nigerian government sees the visa snap as disrespectful and smack of diplomatic embarrassment, others like the former chairman of the National Human Rights Commission, Chidi Odinkalu, has called for probe, accusing the military hierarchy of ridiculing the country with a 70-officers trip team to a winter event in the face of growing insecurity back home. Odinkalu also questioned the rationale behind the visa application, which he alleged was sought without the involvement of Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, which he linked to the diplomatic decision by Canadian authorities who, despite inquiries, remain mute on the matter. And on Sunday Politics tonight, we ask these questions. Who should provide answers to the growing questions over the visa denial and its implications on the larger image of the country? And joining us to put the issues in context is a public affairs analyst, Dr. Andrew Ilesanmi. Doctor, welcome to our program.
Thank you for having me. Good evening.
And viewers, before we delve into the program proper, here are some tidbits. Prominent politicians in Kaduna State, including Mukhtar Ramalan, former governor of the state, Senator Shehu Sani, Suleiman Hunkui, who was the governorship candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party in 2023, and Sani Sha'aban, a former member of the House of Representatives, among many others, have joined the ruling All Progressives Congress in the state. Their defection was announced on Saturday by Governor of Kaduna State, Obasani, at a rally which took place at the Murtala Mohammed Square in the state capital. And elsewhere, President Bola Tinubu has congratulated former Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasiru El-Rufai on the occasion of his 65th birthday, praising his contribution to governance, democracy, and national development. In a statement released on Sunday by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga, Tinubu lauded El-Rufai as a dedicated administrator, scholar, and politician whose resourcefulness and brilliance have left a lasting impact on the nation. The president highlighted El-Rufai's key roles in Nigeria's political landscape, including his tenure as Minister of the Federal Capital Territory from 2003 to 2007, where he spearheaded major reforms, as well as his leadership as governor of the state for 2 terms. We'll take a short break now, and when we return, the conversation commences. Don't go away. Welcome back. Yes, Dr. Andrew, once again, welcome to our studios.
Thank you
It's
for
been
having me.
very, very long time when you
Long
came.
time, yeah, indeed.
And it's like our program is a bit loaded. Of course, we will open the line for our viewers to also contribute. But then we should start with the tidbits. The defection of Shehu Sani. You expected it? Ramalan Yellow, Suleiman Hunkui, and in fact, a host of other big political heavyweights in Kaduna.
Hamza, good evening.
Yeah.
When I see people defecting from one party to another, I just look at them as wonderful people. Don't let me say another thing. APC is crowded already. No space. You're going there to go and queue for space. Why?
Which party do you belong? Sorry to ask this. Maybe you are just an academic, right?
No, I'm not. When you ask me which party, I just look at it that there is no need for them running from pillar
To post. Yes, in
There's
search
no
of
need,
greener pastures.
because APC is already crowded. There's no space, there's no appointment, there's nothing. You keep going there for relevance, or what are they going there for? So I'm a little bit uncomfortable for the way there's massive defection. So what kind of thing is that when you were okay with party A, all of a sudden you saw that you don't need party A anymore, you are jumping to party B. What are you looking for in that same party B that you condemned, or you see them as Every party today has crisis. And a good politician and a patriot will wait, stay, and salvage whatever is in that place.
Do you think, you are also a political analyst, but the case in Nigeria appears different, that people don't really blink their eye while moving from one party to the other?
You see, when I see people jumping from one party to another, I just weep for them. Let me take you back. There's this guy that I respect so much. His name is John Odige Oyego, former APC chairman. That was the only man that stayed in that party during the thick and the thin.
That is for APC?
Before they became APC.
Okay. Even right from the days
time,
of, yeah.
Himself and Ogbonnaya, Onu, and
you are not talking about the legacy parties that formed the APC.
Yes.
You also have
before they got married,
CPC
all that CPC and the rest.
Part of ABGA. And
yeah.
then new PDP.
Exactly.
They were all.
So this man stayed there, suffered. As a matter of fact, there was a time he was alone in the crowd. But when when they merged, when there was a merger and APC became a bride, the virgin, everybody started going to APC. That was how John Odige Oyego got his glory and became their chairman. He never left. Ogbonnaya of ANPP that time, a very good friend of President Shehu Shagari, never also left. They were all there, they were toiling. They were toiling.
But you have a number of people in PDP up till now. For instance, look at Sule Lamido.
Sule Lamido, he never left.
And I think even Pius Anyim.
Pius never left too. No, I think Pius left. Pius is from Ebonyi. He left with his governor, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. But now coming back to Kaduna,
yes,
some of the reasons advanced by these people like Shehu Sani and Senator Hunkwi, that it was El-Rufai who chased them away from the party. Is that plausible?
When they say El-Rufai chased them from the party, what were they doing that made El-Rufai to chase them? Is it that they were not too comfortable with El-Rufai being there? Someone like El-Rufai is a very blunt person. He serves you as he saw. As it comes, that's how he gives it to you. So if you feel like you're not comfortable, you leave. Maybe that was why they left. But personally, I don't think Shehu Sani should leave PDP because he has said so many things about APC.
But I think after the election,
yes,
not quite long, he's torn. The way he posts things,
yes,
subtly defending the
APC.
Some of us political reporters, we saw this coming for a very long time.
Yes, I also saw it coming because I look at Shehu Sani as man of the people who carry that kind of aura of the former Aminu Kano. We look at him
radical school of thought.
Exactly. Who tells you how it is, who is for the Talakawas. That's how we look at him. That's this person, we can follow him religiously. But all of a sudden, his interest, you understand, what is he looking at? Probably when Sani Uba leaves, he becomes the governor. Is that what he's looking for?
Okay, maybe
that's what I am
you
looking
are thinking.
For. Yeah, that's my own thought.
Maybe he will get the ticket.
Yes.
But the problem now is, where do you think their followers, because I don't know whether they cross carpet with the consent of their followers, because this, every day we carry stories, people are crying that APC has pauperized them. They will deal with APC in 2027. I'm beginning to have this feeling that it will be an easy ride for the APC.
Of course, there's no doubt about it. Now, everybody is defecting to APC. So who is going to be checking APC?
And then who should we now ask if people are defecting?
Yes.
In some places with their people, maybe because of the packs they will be given, or is it peanuts, 500, 1,000, or even the lunch they will have during the defection. Now, do we have the moral standing to now say that the APC government is not performing. If people left, right, and center, when you look at it, is it in Lagos? Is it in Ebonyi? Is it in Imo? Is it in Bauchi? Wherever you go now, people are really shifting their loyalty to the APC. So do we have the moral ground to now say APC is not performing?
Who are we to say that? Are they not performing now? When everybody has left, the other houses are empty. Are they not performing? How can you say now that they are not performing? Who is left to speak for others? And in politics, you need somebody to disturb you. You need somebody to worry you. You need somebody to check. You need an opposition. Yes. In politics, you need an opposition. You need somebody to point hand at where you are wrong. Even if you say you are not wrong, you need somebody to check you so that the person, all those hovering around APC today, they are just not the kind of people we can look up to anymore that will tell us the truth. Because if you keep saying Hosanna to the son of David, and all of a sudden say crucify him, they are the same people. It's all about the next election, the next election, the next election. Who gets what, when, and how. This is what
I don't want to call name, but we hosted quite a number of people here who said it will get to a time when people will deliberately, whether they like it or not, move to APC because of the level of disaffection, level of poverty, and people are just looking for the tent that they will be able to get something and put on the tables of their families. Can we say some of these defections are not actually from the heart? They are just out of desperation, and then out of, I don't have another option, let me join the bandwagon so that I can get something for my family.
If you look at it today, we don't have true politicians anymore. We don't have true politicians anymore.
They go with the wind.
Exactly. And we don't have patriots anymore. Who do we call now as a patriot? We can name names of people that were here before, they will leave before you know it, they come back. I have a friend, a senior advocate of Nigeria, who told me, forget being a patriot. Forget loyalty. Follow the party in power. He was not, this senior advocate was
a
not
lawyer.
A lawyer.
It is all right.
Yes, he said to me, and I quote, this is a friend of mine who said to me, and I could say, look, forget loyalty. He was in party B before. He moved immediately. He said, follow the party in power. That is what makes sense. That is where the bread will be buttered. That is where the yam will see the oil.
But what are some of the dangers associated with this kind of disposition?
There are no dangers. It's just relevance.
I mean on the side of the people. I'm talking about the danger to our nascent democracy. It is just 25 years if you...
Sir, nobody cares about you. Nobody. When the time comes, they'll bring the pedal down. It will be soft. And they'll tell you, hop in and ride. That is just how politics is played. When the time comes, they'll bring down the pedal. They will open the doors for you. They will eat on the street with you and tell you, hop in and let's ride. Then the politicians in Nigeria know how to shut people up. Number one, stomach infrastructure. People are hungry. People are in dire need. Some people cannot do another job apart from politics. So I can tell you, some people cannot do any other job apart from politics because politics pay. That's what they will tell you. No patriot, nobody is ready to lead this nation out of the quagmire that we find ourselves right now. And when they hover around people who has power, I'll just tell you what you want to hear that will suit you. I'll be able to tell you the truth. If I'm around the president today, will I be able to tell the president that he's wrong? He's the man who hired me and can fire me. And I don't want to be fired. And I want to remain in the circle. I don't want to be outside. I don't want to be a spectator. I want to be the man who plays the ball with the president.
Analysts like you believe that the more you pauperize the people, the more you make them poor, the more you deny them access to basic privileges of life, the more you now have power, because all of them will fall in line to do what you want. So who will now sell the cat? Let me put it this
Let's
way.
go back to Kaduna. Governor Sani Uba. You understand? Look at how he has crowded himself with so many people. Today, they are celebrating him. Tomorrow, they will tell him you didn't do well. It is always like that, but then it would have been too
Meaning that he has to be careful.
He has to be careful with the number of people that hover around
Then
him.
what is the implication? Of course, I know they have parted ways.
Yes.
Ilesanmi is no longer with El-Rufai, who is his benefactor in a way. They said he too, he was in his own right when he vied for the position. But what cannot be taken away from El-Rufai is that he campaigned for him, he worked for him, and then they established the government. Now, with people like Hunkui, Shehu Sani, Ramalan Hero around him, can we now say the legacy or even the what El-Rufai has put on ground in Kaduna has been taken off now completely? Or you think he will still exude some powers?
El-Rufai and Sani will still come back together.
That is your...
I am telling you for free. Don't pay me for that. At the nick of 2027, El-Rufai and Sani will come together. If you look at it...
You mean before 2027?
Before 2027, they will come back together.
I will write this prediction.
I need you to write it down.
Ilesanmi.
Sani is sitting on the edge of the chair.
You think he's not well grounded?
He's not well grounded yet in Kaduna. He might think he's rubbishing what El-Rufai has done, all the good things. Forget it. When El-Rufai was there in the first tenure, everybody was afraid of Malam. Malam Yachi.
But he's no longer there.
No, what I'm trying to say, he still has some people who still believes in him. Take it or leave it. Sani and El-Rufai will still come together. They will form an alliance and move forward, because El-Rufai can unseat, even outside the box, can unseat Sani.
Now with their defection, somebody like Shehu Sani now, meaning he will come all out to defend the tinubu administration.
Yes.
I saw it somewhere that of course he has been penciled for ambassadorial position.
But he's not taking
like
it
yet.
Yes,
he wants
to be the governor of that state. Ahead. That's what his own plan.
Okay.
We can predict what all these politicians want to do.
And some of us were really surprised when we saw the statement by Bayo Onanuga from President Tinubu, lauding the same El-Rufai who is having some issues in Kaduna.
Yes.
Now celebrating him at 65.
Yes.
Is it a surprise to you?
No, it's not.
Why?
El-Rufai will soon join Bola Ahmed Tinubu very soon.
Despite their fight?
Are they fighting? No, sir. Are they fighting? The first thing you should look at it, are these people fighting? They don't fight.
It's like you are joining the school of thought of Kayode Fayemi, because
politicians don't fight.
Recently said that people should not mind them. I'm sorry, I'm trying to paraphrase what he said. That politicians don't really fight when they have disagreement.
They don't. I can take you back and back and back to so many politicians. Do you know the marriage between Oyo and Kano some times ago, before the man in Oyo State died?
Ajimobi.
Yes. Do you know the marriage between them and the former governor of Kano?
Ganduje. Yes, they are children.
So just imagine, will you marry the child of a governor right now? Who are you? They won't let you. You understand? They protect their...
You are talking about the iron law of oligarchy.
Exactly. That's what they do.
They join their children together.
These people don't fight. I can tell you about Rimi in those days and one certain rich man in Edo State that time. That was when they were in Bendel. You understand? They form an alliance and their children got married. Their children are always meeting outside this nation. And when they come back, they marry. No religion, no anything. They just marry just to protect their interest. It's all about interest. You don't have to love me or whatever. Just get married, protect my interest.
Let me quote some of the words used by Tinubu.
Yes.
He described El-Rufai as a dedicated administrator, scholar, and a politician whose resourcefulness and brilliance have left a lasting impact on the nation.
Is this not true? You saw the role El-Rufai played in Kaduna. It was El-Rufai who single-handedly helped this administration campaign vigorously, talk to his people, gave them reason. It's on the video, it's everywhere.
Yes.
Why they should vote for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu moved from Lagos lived in Kaduna just to make sure they get this power. And you now tell me Rufai and Tinubu are fighting. No.
They are not fighting.
It's just all about drama. They tell us what we want to hear. They entertain us. We get angry because they know how to walk on our head. Then they give us reason to be discussing why they move to the next stage. And they will leave us because they will draw the curtain while we keep talking about them.
All right, now back to our main topic of discussion, the Canada Visa Conundrum, examining the outrage and the unanswered questions. You know, it was a casual statement of sorts, I think, when the Chief of Defense, Christopher Musa, at the Maiden meeting here in Abuja, when he said he was denied visa by Canada. But things are beginning to evolve now, because look at what Chidi Odinkalu said. He said, in fact, forget about whether he was giving visa or not. Or he was giving it, that we should probe. Why should the Chief of Defense Staff have over 70 people, 70 officers to go to Canada for the Invictus game?
If you look at the number, it's huge. Very huge. It's 70 or more than 70. Oh, some have gone, no?
Yes, of course. Yes. Out of the number, he also said it that some of them are already in Canada, but some of them, we don't know the number, that they were not given the visa to go there. But then when the Invictus game, many Nigerians, they don't know what Invictus game. You know, it was actually founded by Prince Harry. You know, and it was after he saw how sports actually unified forces for the advancement and restoration of injured soldiers in the United States of America. And in 2014, he now established his own, which is now 11 years. They now held it in London. Many Nigerians don't know this, and we have to say it. Now, but the question, before we go to the number, we are good at having large delegations wherever, even if it is burial or even naming ceremony. But then, is it worth it for the CDS to go to Canada for the Invictus game? Because I'm trying to see if there is connection between, Canada and Nigeria, the Invictus.
If you look at it, the CDS is a force to reckon with, and it's not only carrying it's not going as CDS, it's going as the #1 army man in Nigeria. That's what he's going, and his presence is highly required.
But is it worth it? What people are saying is, here we are now back home, Dr. Ilesanmi. We also have our injured soldiers and all that. Do we have sports to actually honor them and all that?
Recently, they did a sports, this all army African something. It was part of the.
But it has that one is a tradition and all that.
Good. This is their own part of doing some of those things. They really need to appreciate maybe the injured and how they celebrate this January 15th. If you look at it, then so many things they don't bring to the public domain. That I think because I know that they have maybe retired men, whatever, which the army continue. But in this case of this Canadian thing that was denied visa, #1, I look at it as an act of disrespect.
Okay, for Nigeria.
For Nigeria.
On the side of Canada.
Yes, it's an act of disrespect because that man is the #1 man. I can even boldly say he's the #1 man in Africa.
Yeah, because of our size.
Because of our
the size of our army.
He was disrespected by not giving him that visa. That's a slap and an insult to Nigeria as a whole. But there are reasons we don't know. They can deny.
Up to now they said the reasons for not giving is actually something that they will not disclose.
They can deny everyone, not that kind of position, because the man is carrying the nation. And there must be a reason why they have to be 70. Which we don't know.
Are you trying to support that delegation?
No, hold on, sir.
I'm really shocked, when you said...
No, when like, if the president is traveling today, more than 70 people follow him.
But is it worth it? Should he do that? Looking at the economic... Before the beginning of this program, we are discussing,
What I'm trying to say is that You just said something today that we love delegation. Even if it is naming ceremony, we don't go alone. We go in number. I've watched a sport where a country was going, not more than 5 people. The minister didn't go. They just sent like 5 people, they went, and they even won medals.
And that is what some Nigerians are saying. If Nigeria was invited for the Canada Invictus, what is it too much for the CDS to ask maybe a GOC in one of the divisions, you know, or maybe one of the directors in the Ministry of Defense, quite a number of people to now, you know, in addition to maybe 5 or 7 or 10 people to say, okay, this should go and represent our constituency.
Sir, you forgot that some of these people that followed or will follow the CDS, it's a job for the boys. Take it or leave it. Some of them are going
the per diem that they will get.
Exactly. These are some of the things that comes with the largest. And
they will all be paid in
They have to be paid.
Dollars.
And again, don't forget that it's the CDS that was invited, not a GOC that we just manned a division. You understand? They invited the CDS.
But you know, that is why sometimes, even to earn respect for your constituency, there are certain invitations. When you look at them, you weigh it with other commitments. You can now conveniently, and nobody will say you disrespect the other person that invited you. For instance, here I work in an institution. On many occasions, I represent, yes, like the GCO. So, okay, represent me in so-so event, or represent me to host so-so delegate. Why he attends to more pressing issues? These are some of the questions that Nigerians are asking. What if
he's not denying this visa? Would you have known that he's going with 70?
And that is where the problem lies.
Exactly.
The issue of accountability.
You understand? What if he's not denying the visa? You just hear that the CDS is out of town. All the security details he's going there with, he doesn't need it. But it's just for the boys needs job. You understand? That is why this large contingent of people are going to that place.
And we cannot even tell maybe on that day how many agencies and all that have gone to other commitments.
Exactly.
You know, even in Ethiopia, the AU summit and all.
So, so if you look at it, this is how we are. This is how we have been. And this is how we will be. Is it him that will stop it? Others have been doing it. You want Chris Musa to stop it? He can't. You don't know how much time he has left. Let him enjoy it while it lasts. That's the part where I come in to support him. But where I frown is where they deny him visa. I look at it as a slap and insult to us. Though the Canadian embassy has not said anything.
Yeah.
So don't be too hard on them. Let's wait. Let me don't preempt what.
But maybe some of our viewers, by the time we open the line, they will ask you some questions.
I will be ready to answer.
All right. Viewers, it is now time for you to call in and contribute to any of the topics we raised. Is it the tinubu's birthday greetings for El-Rufai? Is it the defection by Comrade Shehu Sani Sha'aban, Ramalan Yellow to APC? Or is it the denial of visa for the #1 military officer the CDS by the Canadian Embassy in Abuja? And what should we do? How should we get it right? Over to you. Use the telephone line that will be placed on your screen. Call and don't use foul language. Please, straight to the point. Let's make a headway. Thank you as we await your call. We have one already. Hello, who's on the line?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. This must be Shamaki from Nasarawa.
Yeah, thank you. Hamza Idris. Good evening once again. Shamaki from Nasarawa State.
Yes, Shamaki. Welcome to the program.
The guest, is it there? Sorry, good evening, sir.
Good evening,
yes, Dr. Andrew Ilesanmi, yes.
Yeah, I want to speak on the issue of Canada versus Conundrum.
Okay, the Canada Conundrum,
if I understand that
the denial of visa to some senior military officers in Nigeria, yes.
Difficult situation. The issue is that, you see, there's no true and transparent in our security as far as this country is concerned, so to say.
Okay.
And that is why international community are looking Nigerians are not even serious That is why the Canadians decided to act that way. So it's better for Nigerian security to put their things or their selves in order so that other countries can respect them, because Nigeria is land of Africans as far as Africans is concerned. So I believe it's a step forward to them to take this challenge, to put their house in order so that other countries can have respect for them. Thank you, God bless you.
Shamaki,
yes, I'm hearing.
Yes, is this an assumption, or you think, maybe, as you said, no transparency, allegedly, no transparency in the way we do things? Is it managing the multi-front wars in the country? Is it how, okay, of course, how quite a number of people, yes, have been accused of, forming cartel with some of our military operatives and all that. I think it's really sad. Okay, another caller has actually taken over from Shamaki. Hello, welcome to the program. Hello? Yes, kindly reduce the volume of your TV set and let's know your name, from where you are calling from.
No, I'm Muhammad Kabir calling from Jos.
Okay, Umar from Jos, Plateau State. Welcome to the program. Okay, let's have your take on which of the issues you want to comment on.
Yes, now on Canada denial of the visa.
Canada is actually attracting attention. Okay, why do you think they denied the CDS visa?
I don't even know their reason, but I read something like this on Facebook. Like there is a general of SSS, like he was saying DSS.
Yes.
He was saying that the chief of defense staff have underrated the DSS.
Of course, that one is what's actually on a lighter note, He jokingly said that it's like the CDS is underrated, but it's actually a joke, classical joke by the SSS DG, that he didn't tell him that he was going. So they sabotage. You can see the words he used in describing that. But I think it's to just make a joke out of the entire thing. Yes.
Okay. I thought he was serious about it.
No, not really, honestly.
That was why they now communicated to the Canadian the Canadian authority. They are not even allowing him to enter their country because of that particular.
No, it was on a lighter note. It was on a lighter note, Umar. But then, that apart, what is your take? Should the CDS go with 70 people to attend sports in Canada? Is it worth it?
No, sir. It's very wrong, please. To me, why are you going, leaving the country as chief of defense staff at a critical situation the country is, suffering from insecurity in the country, here and there? Yes, sir. As the guest in the studio said,
yes, Dr. Ilesanmi, yes.
He ought to have be represented there. Let's just pick one of his GOCs or any of the studio officers to represent him there. And let him just put his house in order. Let him just do the needful. And this one that we are suffering, the government is trying to reduce the cost of governance in the country, increasing tax in the country.
All right.
And people are still continuing squandering the Nigerians' money. The masses are suffering. Please, the government should do the needful. Please, let them just bring in policies that are more of welfare to Nigerians, not more of tax.
Okay.
Nigerian government should do the needful because Nigerians are suffering now. The cost of data, how much is data now? 1 gigabyte. They should please be considerate. Nigerian government should be considerate. They should please pity us. Please, we beg them in the name of Allah. Please and please.
They should prioritize. Thank you. Now, yes, Dr. Ilesanmi, you've seen Shamaki, you've seen from Nasarawa State, and then you've seen Umar from Plateau State. They all said it's time for retrospection, that leaders should look inwards. Don't just say that, okay, because Mr. A has traveled out, I must also travel out to get the escort.
If you look at it, sir, it's as if it adds to their CV to travel out. Most of the politicians and the government officials that travel, it's as if it adds to their CV to be traveling.
Whereas it's about what comes with it.
Exactly.
Okay, we have another caller on the line. Hello, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Yes, good evening, and welcome to Sunday Politics. Yes.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, we are with you. Can you please help and reduce the volume of your TV set?
Thank you very much.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Kenneth.
Kenneth?
Yes.
Okay, from where?
I'm calling from Nasarawa State.
Nasarawa. Okay, welcome to the program. Let's have your take.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
My take is this. I need some clarifications anyway. I want us to understand that there's a difference between an official travel and a private travel.
Okay.
If the Chief of Defense Staff was traveling on official assignment to Canada, there are processes he has to pass through. He will have to write to the Foreign Ministry, or there's a way they do with the Foreign Ministry, we issue a note to the Canadian Embassy.
Not verbal.
With himself and the list. Yes, not verbal. In that case, denial will be difficult. But if the Chief of Defense Staff just went alone on his own to apply to the Canadian Embassy to try and get a visa without passing through all those official routes, then the Canadian Embassy will do it as if it's a private travel that was going on. So we shouldn't make a national issue over an issue that may be a private one. So it's good for us to understand the circumstances in which he applied before we now make it a national issue. There has always been this problem of some issues between Nigeria and Canada. It may be relating to our culture and other social aspects. I don't want to make some statements on issues that may be official, but there was an issue whereby a lady traveled officially to Canada to go and work. And while she was there, she was married to a man. And the man she was married to, by virtue of our constitution, the child now became the lady's child. The Canadian government refused recognizing the child as the child of the lady. They had to write to the embassy to Nigeria to confirm. And our government now cited the part of the constitution where it was that a Nigerian child had different ways it could be called a Nigerian child. That the child of a Nigerian officer could be by adoption, could be by birth, could be by marriage. If you marry somebody, the person's child now becomes your own. It could also be any child that you were caring for that could be called your own. So the Canadian government, taking note of our constitutional provisions, now had to recognize the child as the child of the Nigerian officer. So this is not a big deal. It just shows some failures in some axes and probably some institutions trying to undermine the other institutions, like you could see the DGDSS jocularly speaking on. So we need to understand the circumstances.
But in your estimation, yes, Kenneth, in your estimation, as I quoted earlier, Odinkalu said over 70 of them. Could this be a private visit? Don't you think it's actually an official visit?
Well, you may wish to recall what Mr. President said on trimming down the quantity of people that will be going on an official visit. If all the number of people I heard you mention on this program are going on an official visit, then Mr. President's directive is being flouted. You can't be traveling with such a large number of people to Canada.
Even though it's an allegation, we didn't see the list. It is actually a professor. So it is all right.
We need to know the facts before we start talking. So.
All right. Thank you, Kenneth. And we hope you call again and comment on other issues. Bye-bye for now.
You see, that's another angle.
Whether it is actually an official trip or it's a group of friends. That
maybe he just went there and the CDS, I'm the Chief of Defense Staff, so I can just tell them I'm going to Canada for an official occasion, and they will just give him right there. They just stamp rejected on his this
and this brings me to this question. You know, I mentioned Ilesanmi earlier, but I mentioned in him he made a post on his Facebook that, you know, he was foreign affairs minister.
Yes, he was. Yes.
He said the truth is protocol was not followed. Kenneth made allusion to something.
Yes, clarification.
Yes, that in the first place, the CDA ought to have gone through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who will give a not verbal, you know, it's diplomatic.
Yes.
This thing that they can take to the Canadian High Commission in Nigeria, which will, in fact, ease the whole thing. Yeah. But it's like people like to do things on their own. Everyone wants to prove that, okay, I can do it because I have also arrived and things like that.
So it's part of what we're saying. In continuation of what we're saying, it's the same thing. Probably he just went, feeling probably, okay, he's a known face. And you know, they can just...
Then what is your take? What is your take on the comment by the National Security Advisor that Canada should go to hell?
I look at
is this a decorous way to respond to things like this?
I look at the way the National Security Advisor, he was raged in his heart. The whole CDS was denied visa.
And he said a whole country should go to hell.
Yes, he was angry. Maybe he did not control his anger. The temper rose very well. He was raged. He just felt, why should you deny? So go to hell. After all, we don't need you.
But is it diplomatically?
Diplomatically is wrong.
All right, let's take another caller, Dr. Andrew. Hello, welcome to the program. Hello? Oh, okay. Hello? Okay. 2 calls, we missed them. We hope the telecommunication companies will,
so know. Like we're saying.
Okay, a third one is on the line. Yes, hello, welcome to the program.
Hello.
Yes, good evening and welcome to Sunday Politics.
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Very well. And who is on the line?
My name is Ade. I'm calling from London.
From?
London.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. Yes, we are with you. Yes.
Number one, on the issue of El-Rufai and the president, politicians, they don't fight. They are always about their interest. So if they are fighting, if the people say they are fighting, they are just fooling us. They never fight. They come to London, have dinner, have lunch. When they go to Nigeria, they just be talking. It's just politics. That's number one. Now, about the Chief of Defense Staff, people are getting this thing wrong.
Okay. Hello? Mr. Ade. Oh, unfortunately, he wanted to make a cogent contribution. I hope Ade will try and call all the way from London. Okay, we have another one on the line. Hello? We lost the caller. It appears, Dr. Andrew, we have to do program on this telcos.
Yes.
You can see they have added, they said, is to give services more, but it's like we are getting worse with them.
They are not treating us fairly.
Okay. It's like, are they supported?
Was trying to, give us a very good...
Okay, we have another caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, how are you?
We are good here, and you?
I'm cool.
And who is on the line? I'm calling from where?
I'm Joseph.
Okay.
I'm calling from Jos East in Plateau State.
Okay. You are welcome to the program. Let's have your take, Joseph.
For me, in politics, there is no permanent enemy, no permanent friend.
Okay.
Moreover, forgiveness is permitted, even if they are enemies. But I think no permanent enemy, no permanent friend. So that is what has happened.
So are you now referring to the defection in Kaduna of Shehu Sani and others, or the birthday message by President Tinubu to El-Rufai?
The birthday message, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And the issue of the visa, just like your guest there have said,
Dr. Ilesanmi, yes.
I think your guess is correct.
Okay.
We wouldn't know their reason. Could it be that there are no more space in Canada for him, or what? So I think they should tell us why. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Joseph. Okay, I asked you earlier,
yes,
the language used by the National Security Advisor, you know, quite a number of people said, under normal circumstances, he shouldn't even talk. He should allow the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to respond to this, no matter the level of provocation. You should have said just a word or two that we will take action.
You know, what happened is that he acted before he thought.
Out of anger.
Out of anger, the situation, you mean...
Or should a spy act that way? Even...
I don't want to be in his shoe. I don't envy him. I only admire him that, okay, but that kind of a statement shouldn't have come
from him.
From him.
Okay, let's take our final caller before I give you room to now round up. Hello, welcome to the program. Hello? Sadly, it's like we had like 4 or 5 drop calls. I hope we get one that will serve as the last caller on the program.
So back to what we're saying, if someone like Ribadu, a man like him with his status and what he carried, he was supposed to have been able to manage his anger, not to have made such a statement on camera, a lot of microphones. People were there.
Which now became an issue.
Yeah, it became an issue. So they were not focusing.
We have our last caller, Dr. Andrew. Hello, welcome to the program.
Yeah, this is Ade calling back from London. Your network was bad.
Yeah, okay. Are you sure it's our network, or do I in London, Mr. Ade? Okay, we're actually trying to round up, so we'll give you like a minute. Yeah, we'll give you like 1 minute because we are running out of time. Yes.
Now, if you listen to the Chief of Defense Staff, he said the advance team has already left for Canada. It's an official visit.
Okay.
Whatever happened, let us blame Canada Embassy, not our own people, because the advance team has already left. They are the ones to go. It's an official. There is no way we will travel without the presidency approval. So let's blame Canada Embassy, not our own man.
Okay.
God bless Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Ade, calling from London. I think he has wrapped it up for us, but you know, we try to get feelers from Canada. Unfortunately, it's not even an issue there. When we try to see whether we can extract something, is it from the embassy, is it from the media? The few people we try to reach out, they said it's not even an issue. Everyone is going about his or her normal business.
If the CDS General Christopher Musa goes to Canada, nobody knows he's there. It's not even a first class.
Then is it that we are busybody in Nigeria? We don't have much to do.
We don't have what to do.
So we dissipate energy unnecessarily.
We're not putting it on the front burner as if it's important. Who cares if he goes there? Who even knows? The Canadians are not even aware that he came. But because it happened now, we need to talk to.
We always look for topic.
Exactly.
To set the agenda in Nigeria.
Something we talk about.
So in the whole of these 3 topics that we discussed, what is the message for the poor Nigerian who is unable to feed today?
How does going to Canada put food on the table?
Then what about the defection in Kaduna?
The defection, how does it affect us? That's why I say our
then people, the birthday greetings by it.
I told you politicians don't fight. Let me quickly remind you.
So we have come to the end of the fight.
Yes. Okay. Before we leave the studio, there was a time Uzokalu and the PDP, they were fighting. When he left, do you know Dino and Senator Oji Uzokalu went to a private flight and they were laughing at Nigeria that they should forget their past and come together.
So politicians are politicians all the time.
They are politicians. They don't fight.
All right.
They make more friends.
Thank you very much, Dr. Andrew Ilesanmi, for coming to the program. And we hope to have you some other time.
I'm glad I'm here.
And viewers, that's a wrap for today's Sunday Politics on Trust TV. We hope you found the conversation engaging and informative. For those who tried to call but could not, join us next week for another interesting edition. From here, bye-bye for now, as we look forward to having you tomorrow on Daily Politics. I'm Hamza Idris.